If you're feeling weary, this is a message for the collective. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to give you a reading. This is going to be a collective pep talk, if you will. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this series just yet, but the intention is to really encourage people as they need it, and maybe not necessarily have to pick a topic or a pile, but just general words of encouragement. So we're going to go ahead and get specific as we usually do. And we're going to do that by doing the shuffle in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, welcome. So let's find out for the collective, what do we have? You have the Fool. This one flipped out during the shuffle. You have the Hanged Man. And you have the Nine of Cups. So for the collective, you are thinking about taking a chance, taking a risk. And you know, with the lone wolf, again, I definitely feel like this is lone wolf energy. Perhaps you've been doing your own thing for a long time and you're trying to see about your abundance. Maybe you feel like you're on thin ice. But with the bunny right here, I definitely feel like this is just talking about your abundance. And it could be like you're starting to see it pop up every now and then, a little bit like you get a little bit of money here, a little bit there, and it seems kind of promising, but then you're still on icy ground, or you're still not really sure if things are working out. Now I'm looking at, it's almost like the northern lights in the back, right? But it seems like you've come through a really rough terrain, and a lot of stars right here are being depicted as well. So I feel like maybe you have really big dreams and you're trying to take a risk on something. And maybe perhaps you're trying to decide if you're going to lend it any more time and energy. So I also feel like you are in a period of time where you are definitely looking at things and trying to seek a higher perspective, looking at things from a whole different point of view. And maybe perhaps you've been in this, like, let me analyze it. Let me just really check it out. Am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right decisions? Do I go to school here? Do I work this job? Do I continue doing what it is that I'm doing? Is it going to gain me the abundance that I would really like out of my life? And I feel like there's some beauty right here to be had as well, just the way that you're looking at things. I want to say that in itself, Spirit is really pleased with you, that you're willing to look at things from a different perspective, but you definitely feel like maybe, I don't know if you can relate to this, but like your brain is filled with cotton, or, you know, like you are not able to think super clearly. And so I'm being told that also perhaps the foods that you're eating are clouding your mind as well. That's for somebody. But I feel like, yeah, with this Hanged Man, Spirit is saying continuing to look at things like this and be open to like different translations and different analysis is going to really give you the answer that you want. Now, it seems to me also that the collective right here is focused on their ninth cup. The Nine of Cups really talks about living a life of luxury. That it also talks about like maybe a little bit of showing offness. Is that a word? And we see this like peacock here, just, you know, being itself, not trying to do anything, but just be itself. And I feel like maybe you're trying to be in an area where maybe it's new, you're trying to break through or break into whatever industry that you're in. And it could be something brand new to you, or you've been toiling for a while. Regardless, there's a need to look at it differently. And also to see, you know, is this your ninth cup? Is this really what you want, what you desire? Because what you desire is right around the corner, and this is about to bear fruit for you. Now, I definitely feel like you have a lot of eyes looking at you, because all of the peacocks, they always remind me of like eyeballs looking. And so I think that maybe perhaps you have an audience or people that are looking at you, whatever it is that you are creating or doing with your time, you know, trying to see also if this is going to hit pay dirt is what I'm hearing. So maybe you're looking for a bigger paycheck. You're looking for greener pastures and greener fields, and you're looking for a way through life so that it is uniquely your own. But it seems like you have been going about it for a long, long time, and you need just a little bit of reassurance. So what else do we have with the collective? Yeah, look, hard work, diligence, and progress. So adversary with the number 29. So we have the number 11. This reduces to 11, right? It is a master number. And this is an echo almost of the wolf right back here. So it is saying that maybe even if you have been toiling by yourself or doing things all alone, that it is really not that you're totally alone. You can't necessarily see the assistance from the other side, the opportunities and the road blocking that has been going on that is being cleaned up by spirit and by your spiritual team. That you're not only... I'm hearing that you're not the only one doing hard work, that we're working hard on your behalf as well. And we know that you might be frustrated, and we know that you might be a little bit doubtful, and we know that you might be a little bit afraid to continue down this path, but continue on, because we are really doing our best to really make sure that you make progress, because we acknowledge and we see your hard work, and we see how you've done your due diligence, how you've rolled up your sleeve, and you've dedicated a lot of time, energy, and effort, and how you have a really unique perspective on things. And we want to see this work out for you as well. You could be seeing the number 11 or the number 11, well, 1100 maybe. What else do we have? Faith, yeah. So definitely having hope and faith that this is going to work out for you. Continue doing whatever it is that you are doing, being open to maybe having a different perspective or trying different new things, but definitely not giving up. With the number 14 reduced into 5, collective, I definitely see that there might be some changes that you might want to make to whatever it is that your project is, whatever project you have on hand, whatever this is for you. But I definitely feel like... you know, don't retreat now. It's about to get good. It's about to get popping. And with hope and inspiration, rejuvenation, maybe you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a, let me just, you know, rest a little bit. Maybe there's a need to spend more time around beauty or stop and smelling the flowers. But that can give you a whole different perspective. And also it can renew your stamina so that you can continue for the duration of this ride, whatever this is. We have the heart, emotional awakening, intuition, and following your heart. Yeah. And so collective, I definitely feel like maybe your crown chakra is popping. Maybe you're starting to feel like pins and needles on your crown chakra, and that's definitely chakra activation. This could also be that you're not really even sure with like waking up of your heart. A lot of us that get older, we tend to get shut down, or our hearts get broken, or we get sad, or, you know, we get put in a position where sometimes it's just easier not to feel. And whatever age that you're at, I'm being told that, you know, for the collective, it is definitely time to warm up that heart chakra, to really trust once again that you have the best decision-making powers at this point in time in your life, whether you are 13 or 33 or 73, doesn't make a difference. This is the best that you're going to have at this point, and to really trust yourself, because I feel like when we withdraw and we take our heart out of things, or we want to just look at things before we invest with our heart, it really puts up a barrier and a blockage. And Spirit is saying that this can be overcome, but it's a lot more difficult than if you enter things just trusting yourself that you're going to switch gears. If it's not the right thing, that you will be able to navigate that safely and effectively. So maybe perhaps in the past, you were somebody like an all-in girl or an all-in guy. And I'm definitely one of those. And so life has made me a little bit more wary, so that I take my time and I really think things through. And I'm a lot harder to get to go all in on anything at this point in time. But I'm being told that collective, for you, it is a time to really warm up your heart chakra, to open up your heart chakra if you deem it safe enough to do so. Even if you go at little intervals or do little things to really open up your heart chakra, like wearing green or wearing pink, or having, you know, pink underwear, having intention on, this is what I'm wearing today in order for my heart chakra to be wide open. It's a outward indication of a spiritual commitment that you're willing to make, or try at least. And that's going to pay in spades. So you're emotionally awakening and your intuition is definitely popping, and your heart chakra is going to be able to guide you. So don't be afraid, because Spirit will be there to really, throughout all the twists and turns that life has for us as well. That I'm being led to say that, enjoy the ride, but do so wisely and do so safely. And that Spirit is going to be here clearing the debris for you as well. So no longer are things going to be as hard as they were. And if you started a project and you're kind of doubting and you're wondering, is this going to pan out? Like, honestly, I wonder with my channel as well. I'm like, I've dedicated so many hours, like thousands of hours. I'm like, is this even worth my time for the return that I'm getting? And well, when I look at it monetarily, maybe not necessarily so, but when I look at it like emotionally and spiritually, it does feed my soul as well. So I'm going to continue having faith that this is going to work for me. And so maybe that's what you're being asked to do as well. What? That is the coolest thing. Okay, so you have the sun right here. That's my favorite card in the entire deck. How can you not love this? Collective, Spirit is just saying that we know that you're tired, that you're weary, that maybe other people are making noise and have clout, and maybe you don't have any, or you're losing confidence in yourself a little bit. And they're saying, we're here for you, and it is a time of ebb and flow, and maybe you're during the ebb, which is why you're at this reading right now, if maybe pure curiosity hasn't brought you to this point. Also, maybe that you're going to be having a message that's going to give you positive news, but also that you are going to be able to have a wonderful bath. Maybe some of you guys are going to be able to go into like the natural springs. I've always wanted to do that, never been able to, but that the sun is shining, and I feel like this is having a great reputation, having people look at you in a good way. And usually when that happens because we have like noble causes, or we have noble efforts, or we have been selfless in some way, shape, or form. And I definitely feel that, like a reverence for whatever it is that you are doing, whether it's your trade or your commitment or your soul's journey, your spiritual practice. And it could be, that you're monetizing some of these practices as well. I don't know your life, but Spirit's just really encouraging you with the sun card. This is a yes, 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 absolutely continue this path, because we are with you, and it is going to pay off in spades, whether spiritual riches or rewards in the 3D or whatever it is going to be provided for you even before you ask. Angel of balance. Yeah, so you're being advised right now. It's like maybe, whenever we reach a low point where we're tired, we're fatigued. And I mean, I can tell you that about myself, when I'm fatigued and I just feel like I can't do anymore. I've already poured into a lot of things, and I just want to withdraw and mindlessly scroll or read a book or do whatever it is. But it's like you're calling for a reason. And if it keeps tickling the back of your brain, this is the answer for you. So we have the angel of balance, just making sure that you're taking care of your health, your mental health, your physical well-being, that you're eating right, drinking, staying hydrated, and things like that. Take care of your basic needs and continue forging forward. Maybe not at full force during the low tides, right? If you're not really feeling it, or if you're tired, making sure that you're taking care of your body, your needs, taking a break. Also, to honoring your voice within, because your voice is going to really direct you. If you're burnt out, you're not going to be able to create, or you're not going to push forward, and things are not going to be as good as if you were fully rested. Whether you work in a restaurant, own the restaurant, or if you are, let's say, a food critic and you have to go sample different foods everywhere and write about it, So it's going to be very important that you maintain a balance, whatever this balance is to you. Maybe your mental and spiritual life has to balance a little bit more, in which you're going to see a reward thereafter, like very shortly. So I don't feel like it's going to be very long. I definitely feel also, collective, that with this sun card right here, it's just really phenomenal, because I feel like other people are really starting to see the fruits of whatever it is that you are working on, maybe for the first time ever. And maybe this is where, how we see the finish line, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. And then you realize you've run thousands and thousands of miles, and it's taken you this many years, or it's that last year of your college semester, and you're like, oh my gosh, can we just get it over with? I could see, I just want to get my finals done and over with, and I want to, graduate and start the rest the next chapter of my life, that kind of a thing. And so sometimes we get really weary where other people are recognizing, oh, wow, you know, the collective is about to graduate, or they're about to really gain that certificate they've been chasing, or they're about to really do it. They're popping off on social media, or their restaurant is really gaining, you know, a good following. And now all 3 days out of the weekend are really busy. And it's not the time to quit, but it's definitely the time to replenish yourself, because you can't give from an empty vessel. And so good job, collective. Good job for sticking it through. 8th house, yeah. So last card I have for you is a transformation and mystery. And some things are meant to really be a mystery, but I feel like you have deep knowing. The whales can really dive deep, deep within. And it's almost like through the depth that no one can really even comprehend. And they're so large. And I feel like your energy field is larger than you would ever have thought about it being. And I feel like this really enables you to go deep down into places that you never would have thought, meaning that you have the emotional depth to go really deep within, and you have the emotional ability to go way up high and even capture the sun, and maybe even talk to spirit or communicate with spirit and receive your own downloads. So it's very important to really trust the process right now. Things are about to really transform in a radical and beautiful way that you could not have been able to really predict beforehand. And you definitely have like the hand, it's like the eye of protection as well. So don't be afraid of that. It's like a great period of mystery and transformation for you. So I feel like you are definitely well on your way to achieving your 9th cup, your happiness. Yeah, just don't be afraid. It's going to be okay. And I definitely feel like this abundance is here for you. So good job once again. Much, much love to you. I hope that you're doing great. Feel free to share whatever it is you're working on, but that's okay if you don't want to. And until next time, namaste.